Hey guys, here's our next step. And Matt, sorry, I hope you don't mind that I borrowed your face. But here is our next step in this process. So you have your large sheet of paper that you've gridded. Now you need to print off your image and do it in black and white. So you have a nice, strong value that you have a chance to work with. And you notice Matt did a nice job on his photo. If we look at that contrast between this side of his face and that wall back there, really nice. That's going to be easier for him to see those surfaces. This dark up against this wall is going to help. Now, I'd ask you to be in a little bit of a darker environment, but this one works, and you guys can see that contrast, which is the important part. So we're going to grid this out. To 8-inch, an 8 by 10 grid, which is what I want you guys to work with. If you guys so choose, you can drop down to a 7-block grid. And for Matt's, I think a 7-block grid is going to work really well on the photo that I have of his. It still needs to be 10. So I'm going to show you this whole process. I would highly suggest that you watch the video first and then go back in and do it. I've had a couple people seem confused because I don't think they really watched or paid attention to directions first, and then to go back in and do something, they had to redo things. So I'm not about trying to get any of you guys to have to do multiple things over and over again. So we're going to go 7 blocks wide, 10 blocks tall, and they're going to be 1 inch by 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch by 1 inch all the way across this gig. I'm going to use either a pen or a thin Sharpie. Do not use the thick Sharpie. It'll block out too much. So the thin Sharpie that I sent home with you guys is what I would probably suggest you use, or an ink pen works just fine with this. Okay? So I know I have to go 10 inches up and down here because I'm doing 1 by 1 inch boxes, and I know I'm going to go 7 across. Well, his image is just about 7 by 10, so that's going to make my life relatively easy. I'm going to start going across this way, and all I'm going to do is put that flush with this picture, and I'm going to mark every inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to repeat that process down low. If it is too dark and you have a hard time seeing the ink, which can happen, there are white markers out there. You do not need to go out and buy one, but if you have access to a white marker and you want to use it, more power to you. But I don't necessarily think they're all that strong with helping here. I actually think the Sharpie stands out a little bit better if you wanted to use it. So I marked all the way along there, and now I'm going to create my grid. I want to make sure I have a line that I can see. As I move across this. Make sure you're using your ruler. You're not trying to do this freehand. You do it freehand, it's going to look like you did it freehand. And if your marker wears down or acting like it's about out of juice, just give it a second. It's foam on the inside of it, so that the ink needs to kind of slide down. And make sure you're taking your time. I want a little bit off of his. His grid should have actually been there. Another thing you can do is just hold it end down and spin it. That kind of forces some of this ink down, but it's not real loose liquid ink, so it doesn't move real efficiently fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all inch wide. So now we need to break it up and down, and I said we're gonna do 7 by 10. So looking up and down this is like 10.5 inches. He's got a lot of empty space up top. We don't need all of it. So I'm gonna actually slide this marker down, or the ruler down, so the 10-inch line is lined up. So the 10-inch line is lined up with the bottom there. And I'm gonna mark every inch again. And repeat that process. And now I'm just going down and drawing the grid like so. So hopefully you guys really kind of get the premise of this. I don't think I necessarily need to finish my grid all the way, but I'm going to be drawing Matt as my example here, so I need it gridded regardless as I move down. And those grid lines, you can see some of those grid lines are a little hacky. That's okay though. As long as you have the grid and you have the box. Like, those are terrible. It's just an old marker and it's falling apart. But as long as you have the grid lines and you have that inch by inch box, you're gonna have what you need. You're gonna have what you need to do this right. Okay, so obviously I'm not quite done, but I did a 7 by 10 grid. 7 boxes by 10 boxes, and each box is an inch by an inch. Okay? And that's your finished grid for what you're going to need. I will show you guys the next part of this on Thursday.